Hey everybody, we are back from break with some more Dicing with Death. Now we're gonna have an interesting thing here. Because we're gonna try and get Ryan's phone to look at his dice so he can actually roll dice on a real table because he's got these nice brass ones.
So we're gonna hang up on me and call me back.
We're going to do some magic, and while we do some magic, I'm going to kill our webcams just so things don't go look crazy for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
should I just call you back at your same place, or do you have a separate account?
I think you should just be able to call me on the same Skype. Do you want to? You can, while you're figuring out the call, you can talk to chat
Cool.
and YouTube viewers or whatever and recap them what just happened, what we're doing.
All right, I'll see you in a moment. So we are video calling Ryan back. We're going to make him a new character because Qualnir is semi-retired. And I think we're talking about doing a wizard, but I don't really know. We'll see what Ryan feels like. Why is he not picking up on me? Waiting for the Ryan. Aha. Hello.
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 There we are. Let me see if I can flip this camera. I hope I can. And switch camera. There we go. Let's try and get this lighting. I gotta know what to do.
You know what to do?
Seeing dizzy ass camera. I've got a headlamp.
Oh, they see it. You've got a headlamp? We're gonna roll dice with the headlamp?
We're gonna roll dice with the headlamp.
Oh, we're such dorks. We're such dorks.
Here, I'll switch cameras so they can see.
We gotta see Ryan in the headlamp.
Maybe they can't even see.
No, we see it. We see it.
Do you see it? I can turn it off. Oh, there's red.
No, ooh, green.
There's green. There's flashing.
Does it have blue?
Ready? No, just red and green. Whoa, and white.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see if we can read with the red. No, I'm gonna go with full.
Oh no! When you put the camera over, it's in the shadows, so I can't read anything.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Guess we're just doing.
Don't you have like lights in the room, like normal lights?
Yeah, but they're pretty dim. I think this will work if I can hold it steady.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
All right. I'll keep track of your stats in our chat.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? I apologize for how dizzy this is getting at. Okay. So first roll. Okay. So I'm
2, 3, 5, and what?
I'm like seeing this through the camera, so I can't even read it. Looks like a 3, 3, 5.
Okay, so 11.
I apologize for making everyone dizzy.
9.
3 is a 9.
No one's dizzy but you.
2, 4, 5 is an 11. Oh, that looks shitty. 2, 4, or 3 is a 9. 6, 3, 3 is a 12. What is that? 5 stats?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stats.
6, 5, 5 is 16 needed.
Yeah, and last
one. 3, 1, 2, and a 2. So that is a 7.
So your stats are 11, 9, 11, 9, 12, 16, 7. Interesting.
Pretty mediocre, but that 16 will be doable for a wizard, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a wizard, you only need int, really.
Yeah. Why don't you call me back, and why don't I hang up and get you on the computer?
Yeah, let's get you on the computer. All right. Woo! Interesting stats, guys. Oh, he's just logging out of changing devices.
Hello, hello.
Hey, nice stats.
Yeah, we'll make him work. I think nothing will matter except for the int, which will be enough for me to learn spells and have a higher spell level. There is no con for concentration in this edition.
I will do like a con
saving throw. Wait,
saving throw. If you get hit when casting spell, it will be
is it a con check or? Oh, it is.
I'm going to do a. Oh no! For second edition, I will do a willpower check.
A willpower.
I'm going to do. I'll do a willpower check with 10 as the base plus whatever damage you've taken from the spell.
Okay. So I guess we're sort of jumping ahead of ourselves and already assuming this is a wizard, which I guess we discussed a little bit.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be. You can do whatever you want.
I think with only one nice stat. Oh yeah, character sheet. I was just looking for a blank copy, see if I had one, but thank you. The only other cool idea I had, just think as I was like brainstorming, what can you do with a single player campaign that you can't do with others, is like a member of some sort of organization, i.e. like a soldier in a military that doesn't really work with a group but does work with us, where you're able to like take orders and just follow the orders and not have party bickering.
Yeah, but then you have like pretty solid like railroading.
Yeah, it depends. That was just another
what
I think with the stat block, it's probably just high-int wizard.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can.
We've both already done clerics, but clerics are a nice thing to do solo because then you can really get into like the religion stuff if you want. But we've already done clerics. Wizards would be cool.
But and then sort of along those lines, it was sort of soldier, perhaps soldier in like an evil soldier, like a lawful, someone that.
Ooh, yeah.
And could even be a wizard soldier, perhaps in Varasi, military ranks, or at least on that side of the conflict. I don't know if you had at all imagined campaign setting you were going to do.
Not in the slightest.
In Solemn?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll be tied in with anything else, but it will be in...
But still in that world, amongst that war, in that pantheon of deities. And
same pantheon of deities may not be during the time of the war. Probably
have a timeline in mind.
We'll find one. You know me, I like to wing it.
Sure. It's funny, at first I had no idea what you had built up, but as I've, over the last year or so, getting mixed up in this crazy, weird Twitch D&D culture, getting hit to all the lore, suddenly this stuff kind of matters. What age are we in?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking probably on the nastier side of wizards.
Okay, like a dark wizard, like an evil awaits wizard.
This is dicing with death. I am a hobgoblin here, lurking in the shadows. We got to.
Do you want to play a hobgoblin wizard?
Is that even possible? Let's look at skills and powers and see if that's even possible.
I would allow it.
Where do hobgoblins fit into the Solemn universe?
They are a minor race. There are very few of them. And they're generally just kind of like goblins' bigger, badder brothers. They exist, but they never... Orcs are the most populous of those nasty things, followed by goblins, and then bugbears, and then hobgoblins.
I'm going to start filling in my character sheet really quick. Make sure I get my stats assigned.
Ooh, I got it. Something that you're gonna love.
What's that?
Hold on, I gotta show you. There's no point in speaking about it. Well, no. I mean, go ahead and fill in your stats, and then just tell me what order they're in.
Character sheet. I'm figuring that out. I mean, to be honest, nothing really matters except for that high int, which is not actually an int, but I'll rearrange to get it there.
Okay. Just don't worry about filling in the strength and dex substats section.
There's substats?
I mean, the +1 to hit, -1 to hit, 30% chance of blah blah blah.
Why would I not worry about that?
Because I have finished building my beta version of my character builder, so you can just put in your strength, dex, con, intel, blah blah blah, and it'll just spit out all the correct stat blocks for you, so you don't have to look it up individually anymore. Yeah. It took a long time, and I kind of feel bad about it. It was not worth the amount of time I put into it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so psyched to actually get a chance to use it now. But let's take a look at skills and powers and see if hobgoblins can cast spells.
I'm not even sure if I want... Well, I mean, hobgoblins they don't show up. We haven't played with them a lot, but they are. I mean, they are an I mean, they're basically humans, but bigger, badder, and oranger.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. According to the base book, it says hobgoblins can be level 9 clerics, level 11 fighters, or level 12 thieves.
Wizards.
No wizards,
but I think I want to play a human wizard.
Okay.
Not that, I mean, to be honest, the probability of this character surviving past level 1 is actually pretty slim, but there is that sort of constraining fear in the back of your head that you'll hit your level limit.
There always is.
So probably human. Maybe I'll think about an elf or a half elf, but I think human is best race.
Okay.
Master race. You heard it here first.
Yep.
Hobgoblin confirmed racist.
Master racist.
So do you want to send me this character builder before I
go? Oh, no. There's no like version of it. You just put in your stats. It's the same thing. It's the same database that organizes spells for people. Yeah. So I would actually have to input the data into the database manually using like.
Oh, so this actually does matter. So I'm probably going to rearrange. Yeah. I don't think strength. I don't think anything. Like none of my stats matter except for skill checks, I would guess. So I'm just thinking what I want. The highest. I'll probably let's check what specializations I would have open to me. I don't think any, unless they're just high int. Do you have any interest in like what school of magic or anything like that? Are you planning on
wild magic? Is kind of if
wild magic is that a thing?
That's a thing. That is absolutely a thing.
It's a fun one.
So I have more or less blatantly ripped off Dragonlance in taking like the 3 orders of sorcerers, like black robes, white robes, red robes. And in the world of Solemn, I have modified them so each, depending on what order you follow, you get class bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of did that to make wizards a little bit more even in early levels for multiplayer games. So I don't know if I actually want to abide by those. But I do want to stick with the concept.
Is that the entropy magic, or is that
that was like? Well, that's one of the things. Entropy magic will keep around.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like black wizards could get they cast all their spells as if they were 1 level higher.
Oh yeah.
White wizards don't need spell components, or if they use their spell components, then they can get these other things. And red wizards just get an extra spell to memorize.
Okay.
But I kind of want to scrap that. I don't like those as class abilities. That was just to fix 2nd edition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So where do wild mages fit in all of that?
Wild mages are people who don't learn magic through their normal means. They may eventually join in with the other orders, which you have to do by the time you reach 3rd level, or before you reach 4th level, is you have to join in with the order and like pick a side.
Remember which book Wild Magic is in?
Tome of Magic.
And they only require high int?
I think they only require high int. I think it's a 16 intel is their requirement, I believe. Okay. So wild mages are kind of people who learn through natural ability rather than through study. They tend to be a little bit more powerful wizards, like wizards who have more raw energy because it overcomes them and they teach themselves how to do it rather than train for it and practice for it. It's so raw in their nature.
Okay, I'll have to read this description in more detail before we actually dig into a lot of the playing. Let me see if there's requirements. I'm just getting right into like wild surge results, blah blah blah. Okay.
And I do also want to note that in addition to the 3 orders, there are renegade wizards, those who do not follow any of the orders and kind of operate outside the bounds of normal law.
Do you want to give me any constraints in terms of what time period we're operating in, or at least the culture?
If you want to go wild wizard, then I will probably put us in...
Okay, only characters' intelligence of 16 or higher are qualified to become wild mages.
Yeah.
But I think that is the only requirement.
It is, I believe. I would say if you want to go wild wizard, I would put you in the Age of Mist or the Age of Heroes. Maybe the Age of Might. Ooh, we haven't done... No, we would do like Age of Heroes, I think.
I think we've only ever done Age of Mist for me.
Yeah.
Was Beryl Age of Mist as well?
I don't think don't remember where Beryl was.
He was like in a noble's house in.
I think he was Age of Iron, actually. I think Beryl was Age of Iron. Yeah.
And that was the Misclick's time, right?
I
think he was Misclick's
Age of
time
Iron was
Lost
first
World.
roleplay solemn timeline.
Okay.
Second roleplay solemn timeline is that area between Age of Iron and Age of Prosperity, which used to be called Age of Empires until I discovered the word prosperity.
Yeah. I'm just looking. I wonder what elementalists, meta magic. There's a lot of weird stuff in here, and there's also like artificers and things like.
Oh, and the skills and powers.
I'm looking at
spells and magic. I mean,
but there are a lot of random, crazy wizard things you can do.
Yeah.
Um,
Channelers, warlocks.
Warlocks were kind of a mess at this point.
Song mages, shadow mages. Wild mages.
I feel traditional specialists are fine. You sort of have to be a specialist if you're going by PHB rules if you want to compete. If at the low levels, you really need those extra spell slots.
Yeah, you really do.
But none of them are particularly interesting. Wild Mage could be fun. So what did we say? You said Age of Heroes or Age of...
I would do Age of Heroes if you wanted to Wild Wizard. If you wanted to do something else, I might put you in...
I mean, I may not be Steve... I mean, but I want to...
Yeah, let's fucking do Age of Heroes.
I want to blow some things up.
Let's do Age of Heroes then. Yeah.
Where's Age of Heroes in this thing?
It is the second age. After the Age of Mist, there was a bunch of big wars, ending with the big ogre wars, and everyone kind of got their shit together and started writing stuff down, like making alliances, but nothing was in place enough to really have empires swaying things. It was all just kind of a loose network of things. So the biggest force in the world were adventurers who went around doing shit, and you have like 18th level people who are the biggest impact in the area. Like they come through the area and everyone's like, fuck! And all the orcs leave because, Sir Galahad the Brave is coming through, and fuck him because he goes around killing orcs.
So basically, basically pretty stereotypical D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Probably one of the first... This is probably one of the first campaigns in the Solemn universe that's relatively high magic, would be my guess.
Yeah, this and Misclicks, demigods.
Okay.
The current Misclicks is in the Age of Mist, and that's kind of high magic. And they are literally demigods.
I guess there is Honor Bound, but that's sort of a whole separate Age of Mist saga in the far corner of the continent.
That's non-canon for the time being. Depending on how it plays out, it may become canon, but yeah.
Or perhaps, a little bit got misconstrued as it was passed through the ages.
Yeah.
History may not have recorded it as it happens live.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think wild magic sounds interesting. So I wouldn't even need to be trained in magic. I have to have a spell book, I believe, right?
You still have to have a spell book.
But it doesn't. It can just be my own notebook.
It's basically a journal. It's your musings. Today I figured out how to produce flame from my hand. I did this blah 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 and thought about blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do a wild mage that never grew up that never studied under anyone else, we may change the rules for acquiring spells a little bit. So kind of as you do things, I'll just be all right, you've learned a new spell.
You can also force me to start interacting with other wizards or stealing their shit.
Yeah, well, it just might be you go to a traditionally trained wizard and you're trying to read his spell book, and it's what the fuck? This is all highly regimented with precise words, and you're used to the magic just bubbling up inside you. Or you could have someone who has had some level of proper training, which then you can just learn things from other people's spell books. I don't know. There's a lot we could do here. Would you rather be more kind of on the edges of society, or a little bit more working with other people and more
I think being a crazy person could be a little bit of fun. But 60 intelligence is pretty brilliant, so...
Yeah, I mean, the crazy genius.
But, maybe a little bit of, anarchist-type streak in him.
Right.
Sort of just... I don't know. finds pleasure in the chaos.
Yeah.
Kinda just wants to watch
the world burn.
Maybe he doesn't want to watch the world burn, but he wants to see what the fireball is going to do. And
all right,
never seen a fireball explode before.
But you will.
It's one of those bucket list things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm considering my stats. Let's see here. Such mediocre.
What? What mediocre?
The stats are
16 int.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I mean, I know Qualnir had 17 decks, but
he rolled a 16 though. He was just an elf.
Yeah. Human wild.
Dex of 7 doesn't cause any problems, does it?
No, I believe you have to have 6
before you start getting AC penalties.
Yeah.
So are you going to give me my stuff from the stats, or is there a way that you can...
7, yeah. No, as soon as you know what your stats are, I will write them down, and then you will have everything ready to go.
All right, let's go with 9 strength, 7 dex, 11 con, 16 intel, 11 willpower, 9 charisma, and 12 perception.
Boom. Okay, and now we should be able to take a look at players. Oh shit, I didn't give your character a name. Oh fuck.
I haven't either.
Right, I need to give him a placeholder name, otherwise there is no link. God, it's been so long since I've used stuff like this. Ryan Holding Place. Character's temporary name is Holding Place.
That's my favorite place.
Here's your link. Max spell level is 8. Very nice.
No wishes. I don't think I've ever had a mage get above level like 11, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Well, you need to be 18 to get level 9 spells.
By then, you probably have found a way to increase your stats.
Yeah, probably. Probably found like a Ring of Wishes or something.
Yeah. And you've probably given up several years of your life in real life.
We do want to start at first level?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this? We may be retiring characters now, but we're not.
We're not being ridiculous.
We may be rolling characters with 46, but ooh, I'm going to have so many proficiencies to sort out. This is going to be a long character building process.
All right, we got some creepy wizard music going on now. Protean Fields. Provided by tabletopaudio.com, because they're fantastic. And you can play all of their music in any of your D&D campaigns, and it's not copywritten, so you can do it on YouTube or on Twitch, and the VOD won't get muted.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's all open Creative Commons.
Yeah, something like that.
So props to that guy. Check out his shit. Follow him on Twitter. I don't know what he wants. I don't know how he wants us to recognize him. I think he's just a guy that does this as a hobby, so he doesn't really care that much. But give him some love. Let's see. So yeah, none of my stats matter except for my int. I guess what needs to be done, I should roll for wealth. I need to roll for HP. I guess I'll just roll for HP in roll 20.
Yeah. Let's take a look over here.
You ready?
Roll them dice.
Okay.
3? Okay. That's not bad.
It's not bad. We can work with that. We can work with that. I might be able to take a couple punches.
Alright, alright.
Be
when we
gentle
start
with me, Neal. The first couple of sessions are probably just going to be me running for my life as fast as I can from the enemies.
Maybe, but I think there's going to be a lot of non-combat experience that you're going to end up doing in the beginning for your first.
And there's really no way built into the rules to do that for wizards. We found with priests, there's that optional rule where you can award XP for GP value, and then we generally throw around quest XP just because.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think in the DMG does state you should give people experience for completing objectives and for doing blah blah blahs. So I think if you find like a particularly clever use for a spell, or if you every time you learn a new spell out of a book, I'll give you like probably 100 XP per spell level per spell that you learn. So when you come across like a wizard's spell book, that's going to be like a treasure trove of levels.
Okay.
And I think that's a good way of doing it, is that like as you study the spells, you get more experience and you level up.
Seems like a good way to do it. And I'm guessing as we start leveling up higher, there will be long periods of time spent like researching new spells. Or...
Yeah, there'll be, you spend a week, you get this book and you spend a month reading it. And through the course of the book, you get like, 30,000 experience because it has blah, blah, blah number of spells.
Yeah.
And you're leveled yada, yada, yada. God, that's a great way of doing experience for wizards. I am very proud of myself for doing that.
We'll have to figure out how much though. Do you have anything you need from me while I'm starting to slowly fill this stuff in?
I do not.
Just to spark up a conversation with your chat.
Hi chat, how's it going? So one of the things we do need to do is switch over to the other Roll20 campaign.
Yeah, do we want to do that for this? I don't know that we'll actually be rolling much tonight.
Okay. Well, then
What
we
do
don't
you
need to
think?
do it. No, I was switching over now, but it doesn't even matter. I think actually I've deleted that campaign. I don't think it even exists anymore. I will create a new campaign.
Facing with the Koibu version, it says I can join game.
The Koibu version is the one that we've been. Wait,
No.
Where's the Koibu version?
Yeah, it's still here.
What? Oh, it's way down here. Okay, it's on a completely different page.
You have too many campaigns.
I have.
There he is. There's Beryl, dying beneath the teeth of that sandworm.
Oh god.
Or sorry, not Beryl, Balrog.
Yeah.
Shall I name this character B something also?
Who was your first character's name? Oh, it was Beryl and Balrog, right? Yeah.
Beryl's too much of a goody two-shoe.
Well, you could name him Bowen. I'm noticing a trend here, Ryan.
It's a powerful letter.
Says the man with no B's anywhere in his name.
That's what you think.
Do you have a fourth name that I don't know? A super secret?
Goblin.
There we go.
Come on, saving throws. Where are you?
They should be on that sheet that I sent you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty handy dandy, isn't it?
I actually don't. Oh, they actually aren't showing up. I can see where the saving throws are supposed to be, but they're not. Oh, I need to put them in, right? Class.
No, they should be in on their own. They're not in there?
Class Wildmaid. Yeah, I just hadn't selected the class. How do I enter it? If I refresh, will it?
No, you don't want to enter it. Entering it won't do anything for you. Here we go. I got this solved. I got this solved. Check this out. Boom. Now refresh that page, and it should be there.
No. It still says human fighter, and it has no...
What? Did I spell wizard wrong? Alright, well, I don't... Mage, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be mage. Got it. Hold on.
Spelling with Neal.
Well, I wrote it as wizard. There you go. Refresh it now. Gotcha.
I don't level up to 2500, do I?
Nope. It's a long way to go.
It's a lot of kobolds to run away from.
It's a lot of spells to learn.
How many spells do I get per level? 16 int. Only 8. That seems wrong. I'm going to double check that. I think it may only have... Oh no, 11 spells per level.
Max spell level is 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I mislabel that?
No, I screwed it up.
Okay, Ryan's just... Okay. Alright. Alright, we need something a little bit more exciting than Protein Field. It's actually like the most...
Putting you to sleep. I can't even hear it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go with a trusty quarterstaff. My innocent-looking walking stick. Although, to be honest, the best wizard weapon is a dart. If you really want to min-max this shit.
Not only until they get within close range.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, I can hear it now. Does quarterstaff deal D68 or is it D6? Oh,
I don't know.
I have to look this stuff up. Well, this is a little too epic for us.
It's a gladiator pit.
I'm not ready for that yet.
D6 for quarterstaff. And yes, we're not going to let you cheat like we let JP cheat and just make a really, 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 really old wizard who has like 19 int.
I'll have to age naturally.
Yes.
That's how I can get to 9th level spells if it actually mattered, is just get old.
Just get really old. But not through the use of magic. Magical aging doesn't count.
Okay. I think I will be playing Fenric, the wizard. The wild mage. Bum bum bum.
Fenric. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I hope I didn't use that somewhere else. Or I hope I didn't steal that from somewhere else to make it worse.
Fenric? R-I-K? Fenric.
Alright. I guess maybe I should just have it RIC. Isn't that cooler? It leaves you hanging.
Alright.
Chat might tell me in a minute or two whether I stole that from somewhere.
Height and weight?
Pretty normal. I said 5'9", size medium. What is... Well, obviously I'm size medium. And... rather slender. What is... Let's say 165?
Okay. Male?
Male.
Alignment?
That's sort of a fluid thing. I'm not even seeing alignment on these character sheets anymore, am I?
I don't think they exist. No, they do. Yeah, they're next to character name, below character name on the right side, near the top.
Oh, alignment.
Whatever, you don't need one.
Neutral. Maybe even like true neutral-ish, but not. I don't know if that has sort of strong implications.
Chaotic neutral, maybe?
Yeah, maybe more like a chaotic neutral. We'll see how it plays out. I'll start with a chaotic neutral.
Okay. Age?
I said 20.
Ooh, nice and young.
Nice and young.
Young virile man. Handedness?
Yes, not wise, the age of the world. I think I need to roll for that, don't I?
Give me a D10. 1 through 8 is right, 9 is left, 10 is ambidextrous.
Can't just go around claiming ambidexterity.
And do we want to roll for sexual alignment? There's no obligation to, mind you.
Sure, let's not. I'll roll another D10, but we're not going to tell anyone what that means. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's a 10.
It's a 10!
He's very strongly sexually aligned.
It means something.
We'll see what happens with that.
The question is, which way is the 10, guys?
You know, chat doesn't know. Neal and I do, although I'm having trouble remembering exactly.
I think I'm going to PM do what I think it means. That's what I thought it was.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Okay, cool. That's what we had agreed upon earlier. Excellent.
Okay, so this could be an interesting campaign indeed. I need to get my...
Or it could be a very normal campaign in this regard.
It's true. Yeah, you never know. I'm not particularly attractive. Well, maybe I need to roll for hotness again. I think I rolled for hotness recently in chat.
Oh, well, you should do it here. Do you want to reuse your real dice?
Yeah, that's an important one. Yeah, I think I must have...
Oh, God.
Oh, no, we can't see them. No one trusts me with my... I'll just roll. Should I just roll and roll 20?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Here we go. Most important roll.
God knows I wouldn't trust a high hotness roll if I couldn't see it. 10? Whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. And it doesn't look like Qualnir had a grub skill. So I won't make you roll one yet, but I might ask you to roll one on the fly at some point. Unless you just want to get out of the way now.
I'm not right. I didn't write down my hotness. 12 on the grub skill.
Okay.
It's mediocre along with the rest of my character. Aside from his sharp wit.
You have like that's a slightly above average grub skill. That's a +1 to your grub skill according to 5th edition.
But we aren't playing 5th edition.
No, we're not.
So, I need to roll for cash, and I need proficiencies.
Yeah. How much do wizards roll for cash?
Less than the other classes, but they have a whole lot less to buy.
Yes.
And the big time sink will be figuring out spells. Do you have wild magic spells in your...
I do.
Oh, you were ready for this. That's why you pushed me towards wild magic instead of some other specialist school?
No, just because wild magic is awesome. Oops.
It really is quite fun, and a lot of chat probably hasn't seen anything like it. Although, did you have a wild mage in any of your other campaigns?
Yeah, Anna's currently playing a wild wizard, but
oh, really?
The demigod aspect of it kind of overshadows the wild wizard of it, and we tend to forget to roll for wild surges.
Oh, I won't forget.
Good. Wizard rolls d4 +1 times 10 GP, which is significantly less than everyone else.
But what do they need money for?
Yeah.
D4 +1?
Yeah.
Ooh. 40 GP.
Alright, let's
take... I have nothing to buy. Yet. Mostly I'll be spending that on shelter and protection. Mercenaries. 40 GP.
What?
YOLO swag dude 420 sums up his character. Average looking young male, nymphomaniac. Apparently that's his guess for what that 10 on the sexuality roll was.
Yeah. Okay, possible spells for Fenric. Level 1. Whoops, I need to change that over here in the editor. Spell level is 1. HP is 3. So we'll definitely start you off with all the wild wizard spells.
Yeah, first level. Don't you want me to roll for them?
No, like you have to start with the wild wizard spells.
Don't I need to roll for each one individually, or not at first level?
Not
usually. Okay. It's sort of vague as how to start that stuff.
Yeah, but none of the... They're not showing up. Why are they not showing up?
Uh-oh. Quarterstaff is free. pounds.
What's going on here, huh? Hey?
I don't know.
There we go.
Should I shell out money for backpacks and things?
I'm going to say you start with clothes and a backpack. Everything else I would like you to purchase.
Her staff is a size large weapon, however.
It is two-handed for you then.
200 what?
It is two-handed for you then.
Oh,
Takes
yes.
two hands to use.
That is what I was getting at. But pretty quick, only speed 4.
Yep.
This character sheet is a little bit goofy. Or maybe it's my Mac.
Oh, are you having... Yeah, there have been some issues with Macs. Is it wigging out on you?
No, it's fine. Just getting the... I'm fine. Right. Clothes, backpack. Did you get the spell list sorted out?
I have 2 spells for you so far.
I've
yes.
never actually played a wizard in your... and used your little spell tracking system.
No, but you used you played a cleric.
Yes, but that way... But as a cleric, you get every spell, and you just memorize. As a wizard, you have to actually know spells, so it'll actually... Probably a pretty nice little organizational system that I've never gotten to use.
Wait, what organizational system?
Your your secret web-based thing that doesn't exist.
But how is that any different from using?
I mean, I've always kept track of my wizards with like pen and paper, or maybe like a word.
Okay, yeah, I don't see how it differs from running a cleric. Is all.
Even though I don't know if Balrog ever had a spell list on your website.
He didn't?
I don't think so.
That would be the difference.
Track of it with my own character sheet.
I think you're totally right. I don't think there is there's no entry for Balrog.
Yeah, I just dealt with that shit.
I am so sorry.
It's fine. That was my choice.
Yeah.
Let's start taking a look at proficiencies. Character building in this edition is no small task, is it?
No, it is not. But that's the beauty of it.
Proficiencies optional. So wizards start with 4 non-weapon proficiencies, plus I have 5 language slots. So I have 9 slots, and I cannot use those on weapons. I'm not a warrior, so I have to pick 9 non-weapon proficiencies. Should I spend proficiency slots to learn to read in this world?
Yeah, but just 1 to be literate, and then you don't need to do 1 per language.
Do they all use the same writing system, or is that
no? But I'm just going to say the difference. Like once you understand how to read and write, picking up a writing system is no harder than picking up a language. Like you pick up the writing system as you pick up the language. You know, because if you know the words, it takes you it can take you a week to learn how to kind of work a writing system. If you already know the language, it becomes much easier, and I don't think it requires a full proficiency.
Yeah. It's probably an oversimplification, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the writing system, of course. But some writing systems are very, very simple. Yeah. And I guess spelling does become an issue, but these all use phonetics. There's no set writing or spelling system that has been inflexible for the past, few hundred years, screwing you up.
Brewing is an int-based skill. Cooking.
And I also assume languages are easier than English, which is a stupid language.
Leather working is an int-based skill. I can make myself sexy leather chaps.
Leather chapped wizard.
Weather sense could be interesting. What was I looking for? Fire building, probably worth grabbing. If I'm a crazy hedge wizard, it seems useful. Wisdom -1. Wizard. How do you handle like knowledge-based proficiencies? For instance, history or ancient languages, the random lore-based ones, heraldry.
I don't know what you mean. How do I handle them?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, do I need to know, like specialize in a specific thing?
If you want to do a history proficiency, then it would be like local history or this other type of history or whatever.
There's local and ancient. I'm going to grab engineering 2 slots. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I think it allows me to build like siege engines and the like. And basically any relevant engineering feat. But I think they specifically say siege engines and craft.
Yeah, you can do siege engines, and I would assume you can also do all sorts of other fun stuff.
Maybe herbalism. I guess it'll be pretty quick to spend these slots, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I wanted to like mix alchemize explosives and concoctions and things like that. Would you consider those sorts of things magical items that require whatever 9th level or whatever to make? I don't know.
I mean,
I guess, yeah. Or is that
magic items require permanency, don't they? An 8th level spell.
Yeah. I mean, I think at 9th level you can start writing scrolls, and maybe at 11th you can start making potions.
Right.
What about like if I want to make like alchemist's fire, or put together a little like incendiary Molotov cocktails? And
I guess we should give you a alchemist.
If I want to be that sort of, yeah.
Then you should probably grab like herbalism and alchemy.
There's no alchemy in this book. There is in one of the extended.
I mean, we can just make up a 2 slot proficiency called alchemy, like healing and herbalism.
In addition to, or
yeah, it would be a different from. I guess you wouldn't need herbalism. You would need alchemy. Herbalism might be nice because then you could get the ingredients on your own rather than having to buy them in town.
Okay, so you should herbalism. I'll grab herbalism.
Yeah, we'll just have alchemy be the same thing. It'll just be identical to herbalism.
You mean same stat check?
Same stat check, same number of slots, same skill it keys off of.
Alright, which is int -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have reading, writing, fire building, engineering, herbalism, alchemy, and 1 spare slot with spellcraft. Although, no, probably not, actually. It's a good one to pick, but I don't know that my character would.
Would have spellcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's sort of like that's being able to like identify spells by their effects and stuff. I don't know. It's more of like a wide breadth of knowledge about the various magic possibilities.
Yeah, and if you're not classically trained, you probably wouldn't have that.
Yeah, I'll probably save that for later. History, navigation, what does that do? That's like probably on...
For like navigating by the stars.
And there's direction sense.
Navigation is telling direction by the stars. Direction sense is just having like a... we've been turned in circles and I kind of think that way's this. It's pretty basic. Navigation is what you would need if you're like actually trying to get somewhere.
Navigation is int-based. Direction sense is wisdom-based.
I would actually change direction sense to be perception-based.
Okay. Weather sense, huh? Okay, so I'm deciding on this last slot probably between weather sense, direction sense, or navigation. I can't see why I would have. Brewing.
Well,
maybe. Seems like a fun one to throw in there. I don't know if it'll ever come up, but fuck it. I'll get lost in the woods, but I'll have beer. Alright. Reading, writing, fire building, engineering, herbalism, alchemy, brewing. Maybe I should add a few pounds to that weight there.
Sorry, I was reading something. Reading chat. How much are you adding to your weight?
I was thinking
for your beer belly? For your big fat beer belly?
Beer belly. He's only at 9 strength. He's probably just got a little pot belly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pretty slender.
And also, he's 20 years old. You know, it's hard to have a pot belly if you I guess it's not that hard to have a pot belly, but at that point, it's more of like your build. You know, 20, you're still pretty active.
Yeah, a wandering wizard.
Also, you don't
plenty of miles.
Also, you get lost in your studies and probably don't eat very much. Go hours and hours without eating, and then nibble on some cheese.
This is my character, not yours.
It's my character now. What's your con?
11.
11? Yeah. Fairly hardy. Fairly weak. Yeah, just like your average dude.
Yeah, pretty much, but
totally average.
And I'm gonna have 2 different color eyes. Right green, left one brown. Sloppy red hair.
Sloppy red
shaven.
Huh? Let's get...
I'm gonna grab a razor and spend 2 GP on it. Assume it's like a dagger. Is that fine?
Like a razor blade to shave with? Like a straight razor?
Yeah, but presumably will be used as an improvised weapon. Maybe as a knife.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the cost.
Does it cost 2 GP in the player's handbook?
A dagger does, a knife costs a lot less.
Yeah, I would say 1 GP, because you don't have as much material. You do have to make it a finer blade, but you have a lot less steel involved.
I'll count it as 1 pound for now, but I don't...
Because you probably have like a shaving kit. You know, you got like a brush and a little soap bar.
Sure.
Shaving kit, 2 GP. Yeah, 1 pound. That's good.
Okay. Sounds good. 38. Languages. Let's go. Common. Where would I guess just traveling, wandering around, picking up languages on the road.
Yeah.
Grab a couple. Where do you know what part of the world we're planning on starting in? What the common local races might be?
Let's take a look at our handy dandy map. Where's my map? Let's just go find a new map page.
Did JP's character have engineering?
I did.
Shane Destroyer is saying that it lets you make land boats.
It doesn't quite let you make land boats. There's yeah. Do not assume I will treat Ryan like I'm going to treat the roleplay crew.
Excuse me, this is a double standard.
Yes, I will. I'm going to hold you to a very different standard. I will not be nearly as easy with you as I am with them. Not that I'm overly easy with them, but you know, it's a different campaign style. It's a very different campaign style. I think we're going to start you near the Devouring Marsh.
Uh-oh, that sounds scary.
Yeah,
Why the fuck would I want to be anywhere near a Devouring Marsh at my level?
We don't have to be... I mean, if you look at the map here, I'm going to just...
Yeah, okay. I'm staying the fuck away from the Devouring Marsh for the time being.
What? No, it's a nice place, really. It's a good neighborhood. There's a map. You can pick any of the cities on the south side of the Devouring Marsh. I know the map isn't actually finished over there. Just ignore that. And the road conceivably continues south from Clotstone on the left. It hasn't just been mapped out yet. But we'll start you in that region. That's where my Monday night group is playing.
Oh, really?
So I have some ideas of what's going on there. In fact, I might just steal entire campaign ideas from them.
Awesome.
And just port it here.
If I'm ever in the Bay Area, I can swoop in and do cameos on their show if this character lasts long enough.
Yeah, if I'm here long enough.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't even know how
Shit.
many. Yeah, we're running out of time. It'd be great to have a real D&D player at that table.
Impromptu road trip to San Francisco. It could happen.
It should be done.
Um,
Should come spend Christmas with us.
that may not happen, but I do have family and all.
You want to start in Swampside next to Devouring Marsh?
Sure, you're
It's
the
a
DM.
large city literally on the edge of the swamp.
God, why the fuck am I there? Literally on the edge of the world.
I'm kidding.
I must have done something really screwed up in my past to be banished out here to Swampside.
We're gonna start you in Jedyon.
I could be from Swampside.
If you want to,
Be like southern, just swamp people. Have you seen that show? Are you at least familiar with that show?
no, but
Is
I've been in.
an audience familiar with that show? With that huge part of our country that we just try to ignore?
The big swamp area, like Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born on the bayou.
Uh,
I had more proficiency slots. I'd pick up a banjo.
why don't you?
I have a pet gator as a familiar.
No, you cannot have a pet gator.
So what's the racial makeup here in this time and space?
This is the Age of Heroes. In this region, the population is overwhelmingly... I shouldn't say overwhelmingly. I'd say about 70% of the population is human. I guess that is overwhelmingly human. And 30% is mixed other races. You have a lot of half-elves running about, a bunch of dwarves, not too many elves. The elves tend to live a little further to the south. They don't really enjoy being near marshes like this marsh very much.
Do the half-elves speak much Elven?
Yes, they do, but they tend to keep it to themselves. Elves are pretty... The elves in this world don't really like to interact with people that much. You know, they tend to keep to themselves. They are a little bit haughty, a little bit, you know... Oh,
Works about.
There are dwarves are around. The dwarves are lots of merchants. They travel about quite a bit. You get lots of dwarven merchants coming through, but not too many that live here. There's a population of halflings and gnomes in Swampside, and then a few scattered throughout the rest of the areas.
Do they speak their own language? Is halfling a language? Is Gnomish a language?
Yes, but usually they only speak it to each other.
Okay. I'm guessing I have an ear for languages. I have 5 slots. I don't necessarily need to fill them all now, but I'm imagining that in my travels I've picked up a few.
There is a lower common.
So where a lower there is
a lower common. If you want, it's kind of it's a mix of common, goblin, orc, with a smattering of dwarvish thrown in there.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
Yeah, it's just this. It's a pidgin language. It's hard to get across complicated ideas, but it's pretty useful for basic things like, I want that. Give me 5 of these. Go kill that thing. Go murder that thing. There's a lot of differences in violent words to that, for that to be a little bit more
different
nuanced.
ways to eviscerate your enemies, but
well, just kind of like I need that person killed or I need that person murdered would have very different connotations.
Yeah.
God, someone should write this shit down so I can use it in my other campaigns. It's
recorded in YouTube for all posterity.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no one's actually watching through all those videos and paying much attention. Or maybe I'm wrong. So right now I had common and lower common. It didn't sound like any of the other languages were obvious. We can get more into my backstory in a second. I think, why don't we bounce to spells for a second, though?
Sure.
And figure out how we're doing that.
Yeah.
It's starting to get kind of late, too. I think we're most of the way through. I just have languages, I have spells. We can discuss backstory. I haven't filled out all of my equipment. I'm imagining I may want to think a little bit on it and buy some things.
So when we're talking about spells, let's also talk about where you came from. Like, have you been classically trained?
What spells I know might help me with that, but we can talk about background too. Sorry, say that again.
Were you classically trained, or did you kind of just discover magic on your own?
I think it happened organically.
Okay.
If you want, I could have had a teacher at some point, sort of show me the light. But I think initially, I probably came from a relatively low-class family, but I was exceptionally bright and magically gifted. So as I sort of came of age, Harry Potter style, except this is not Harry Potter, this is Dungeons and Dragons. So instead of letting the snake out of its cage. I probably blew something up or hurt somebody. Or
was there a snake in a cage?
In Harry Potter?
No.
You live under a colossal boulder, my friend.
But he let a snake out of a cage, and that's how they discovered he was a wizard?
So I don't know.
Like he just opened a cage?
Glass at the zoo. No, he made the glass disappear.
Oh, okay.
Am I seriously telling you Harry Potter stories
yes.
on the street right now?
Yes. Okay, so if you learn them organically...
and from my spell book at this point is probably my own personal journal. It's probably it's a nice book, but the spells are not... It's not that I'm not writing them in the language of magic. It's probably just like crude notes scrawled to myself.
Right. So I would say
over the years, piecing together how that I've made various things happen.
I would say that there are no first level spells that you are required other than the 2 wild wizard spells to have. And
there's 2 first level wild wizard spells?
Yes, and I was going to require both of them of you.
Okay, yeah, so that's I guess that I understand now why you weren't going to have me roll.
Yeah.
Did you link me to? Do I have a spell list yet? Or
Yes, you do. Let me give you a link to your spell list.
Is it by my name?
Yeah, it should be your name. Yeah, it should be near the top. Fenric, current spells. There you go. I linked it to you in Skype.
Is that an original name? Did we verify that?
I don't know it. I'm okay with it.
Hall's Reckless Dreamer. Does that just cause a magic surge?
Magic surge. You can pick any spell that you know but not have memorized for that day to try and recreate other than the Hall's Reckless Dreamer. And then a wild surge happens, and there's a 1 in 100 chance that it happens. The spell just goes off normally, and then a few others where it might work with differing effects and other things. It just goes crazy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Wait, any spell you know, not just a first level spell?
Any spell that you know.
So once you're higher level, you can be like, fireball, bitches, and cause all sorts of terrible, terrible things to happen.
Yes.
Awesome. And pattern weave makes sense of... Oh, this is like a divination type thing.
Yeah.
Studies seemingly random element. So it looks like I need a small hand lens that's going to be confused. So I probably got a little pouch full of lenses. How do we want to do purchasing?
I'm actually going to say the small lens does not get destroyed.
Okay, so I've just got a small lens.
Yeah, it actually says that lens is not consumed in the casting.
Oh, awesome. How do you want to do purchasing spell components? Because I think we should... I'm gonna
be pretty strict with that. So let's figure out what spells you have, and then we'll kind of figure out the spell components, and maybe we can have like an Excel spreadsheet that shows you how many uses of each spell you have.
Yeah. Well, do you want to give me a GP value for that small lens, or should I look it up?
I'm gonna say the small lens is actually pretty expensive. I'm gonna say it's like 5 GP.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It probably had to be. I mean, it's probably like a magnifying glass or something like that.
Yeah. I think your small lens was probably something you found broken in the street, or like it was probably a nicer thing, and the glasses that it was in got broken. This was just like the lens that fell out.
Probably a chip of the lens or something like that.
Yeah, it's secondhand. At some point, you're going to want to get a better one. But I would let you either roll at random or just pick spells. And then try and roll for them.
You want to pick spells and then have me roll chance, like maybe give me a number that I can pick from, or that I can choose to go roll on.
Yeah. Why don't you
my percentile die?
Why don't you pick 5 spells and you can roll for them? And if you get less, if you only get 2, then I will let you keep. I'll let you just keep picking spells until you get a 3rd, until you actually roll a 3rd successfully.
Okay.
Oh, but that would start you off with 5 spells out of your 8 max.
Do wild mage spells count against my max spells per level?
That's what I was considering not doing. Let's not count them against your max level because they are wild mage spells. They're different. So yeah, you can learn 3 and pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just pick spells until you learn 3.
Yeah.
And what is your percentage to learn?
Figuring that out too. I'm juggling too many documents right now.
All the documents.
My percentage to learn is 70%.
And it is minus 10% for non-wild wizard spells.
is it?
But plus 15% for wild wizard spells, which is ridiculous because, you know what, screw that thing, because you will just learn wild wizard spells as you level. You'll automatically get them.
You can maybe... Do you know how many there are per level? It's plus 10% for wild magic and minus 5 for all others.
I don't think there's more than 3 per level.
I can research new spells if they were 1 level less difficult. Interesting. Decreasing the amount of time and money. Magical item. Okay, we're gonna have to read all this later.
Ooh, hold on. I did miss a first level wild Hornug's Guess. It is somehow not tagged as a wild wizard spell. Interesting. Okay, so these 3 will not count against your level. So there's 3 in first, 3 in second, 3 in third, 2 in fourth, 2 in fifth, 2 in sixth, 2 in seventh, 2 in eighth, 3 in ninth. So they just won't count against your max.
Mm-hmm. So I can memorize 1 extra wild magic spell per day per level. I have no opposition school.
Yep. So I don't know. Just pick spells and start going. I will not restrict anything. Other Charm Person does not exist. Just it does not exist as a spell in the world. Fuck Charm Person. I hate that spell. It's the dumbest spell. It's so broken.
It's not necessarily... I mean, I think it just is more powerful than a level 1 spell. And I think they sort of changed that, but never really...
I once found an errata that said it was meant to be 3rd level spell, and Suggestion was 1st level, and they just mixed it, but they never corrected it in any of their printings and never printed the errata anywhere. They also actually completely left out the spell Regeneration. I think. From
an errata or something like that?
Yeah, no, just from the books. Maybe it wasn't Regeneration. There was some spell that they completely just... Oh, maybe it was Disintegration. There was some spell that just got left out entirely. It was an 8th level Necromancy spell, or an 8th level Evocation spell, or something.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to bounce around. I'm going to want to roll for sleep.
Sleep is good.
RD100.
So you 65 or lower is a
sleep
success?
Acquired 70 or lower.
Right, but at 70 minus 5%. Oh, no, we're scrapping the 5%.
So you said I get to choose 3?
3.
Suggestion did show... Wall of Fog is 1st level? Huh. Let's see.
Yeah, Suggestion's 1st level because I manually changed it to be 1st level.
Okay.
Just like I'm changing Charm Person to be 3rd.
Ooh. Grease. Definitely Grease. Okay. And I get 1 more? Or 1 more to roll on?
Yep.
Let's give Change Self a try.
It's Disintegrate, they forgot.
And Change Self will be my final level 1 spell to start with.
Okay. So no combat spells? I mean, sleep, but...
And Grease. Maybe that was a mistake, but the rules have been made.
Rules have been made. Grease.
I'll pick up a combat spell as soon as I can. I guess no direct damage.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what I plan on doing with that Grease spell.
Setting things on fire?
Maybe not quite as effective as a Burning Hands, but a little more fun.
I think it's probably more effective than a Burning Hands.
And then...
Yeah, because you just cover something in grease and then you set it on fire and you get Burning Hands times 3.
Yeah, I was thinking like Change Self, between Change Self and another defensive spell. But I think Change Self is more versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't last that long, but it is a cool one.
2d6 rounds plus... Yeah, that's pretty decent. I mean, that's a minimum of 4 rounds and a maximum of 14 rounds. That's enough to get you in a gate.
Crowded space, or do some interesting roleplay stuff. Oh, I was thinking cantrip, but that's more of a practiced thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what would have... Yeah. Maybe it was the Changing Self freak people out, and then maybe some miscellaneous wild surges before I was really able to control my magical abilities.
Sounds awesome.
Accidentally greasing all over the place. Oh God, guys, I'm sorry. So probably left home as soon as I came of age.
Okay.
Even before then, maybe even like didn't finish school. Sort of left shamed.
I thought you came from a low-income family.
Sure. So is there no public? There's no public education.
There's no public education.
Okay.
You learned to read only because you're really, really bright, and you were been around people that could read, and there were signs, and you just picked it up on your own.
Okay. Yeah.
Like being
sounds about right. And maybe there was a couple books at the local church or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you come from Swampside, which let's just say you do, there's a library.
There's a library in Swampside?
Yeah, Swampside's a city. It's an actual city. A small city, but it's a real city.
Is the swamp, like, passable by boat, or is it just basically a impassable terrain for all?
Technically speaking, you can cross it.
By foot? By boat?
By
both?
Well, no one's really ever charted it. You might have to swim some regions of it. You might be able to walk across the whole thing.
But they don't.
No, God, no.
Swampside is the edge of the world as far as we're concerned.
Yeah. There is a section between heading north from Keygate where there is a road that goes through the swamp, but the road is pretty old and broken down. Every now and then someone goes out to patch parts of it or build new sections of road.
Where is this road? Wait, which road?
It's north of Keygate, and that section of the swamp is called the Maw.
The Maw of the Devouring Marsh.
Mm-hmm.
Did people disappear on this road?
All the time.
Okay.
Usually there's a caravan with armed bodyguards going through it.
Okay.
And Swampside hasn't had this problem in a while, but, occasionally, every, 5 or 10 years, a Hydra will come out of the swamp and, attack a city or, picks things off of a farm or whatever. There are big creatures in there. They're rare. There's, a few of them spread out throughout the swamp. But it's a dangerous place. The swamp is home to lizard men. It's home... Well, some goblins live on the edge of the swamp. They actually live in the forest, but just kind of towards the swamp side, away from the people. Really, they're more near the swamp because they don't want to be near the people. But there are a lot of lizard men that live in the swamp. There are giant slugs. There's some old ruins from, God knows, from before the Age of Mist. There's all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like I probably am not all that interested in venturing into the swamp yet. You make it sound so inviting. Do I have my spells added to that character sheet yet?
Yes. You have to refresh
so let's
the
look
page
at... So grease, I need a bit of pork rind or butter.
That's pretty cheap.
Pretty cheap, but I will need to keep track of it. So I'll figure out how to... For now, I'll just add it to my character sheet.
And let's just use... butter will work in a pinch, but I think pork rind is what you would use, carry with you.
Yeah, full fried pork rinds that are dried.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just, leak out whatever bag you hold it in.
And then sleep
and it would be disgusting.
Requires a pinch of fine sand, rose petals, or a live cricket. Change self is actually nothing.
Okay, so I'm going to say a bit of pork rind is, 1 copper for 2 castings.
Okay.
Do you have a spreadsheet or something where you're making these notes?
I'm going to do it on my character sheet for now.
Okay.
Once it starts getting out of hand, it will probably become a spreadsheet.
Okay.
But for now, I've got enough slots in my inventory that I'm just going to have a spell components column.
Cool. So the pork rinds are 1 copper for 2 castings. The pinch of fine sand.
Hold on, wait a second. Pattern weave. Okay, so the small ends I already bought. I'm getting pork rind. Let's keep... I'll go ahead and have 20 pork rinds. So 20 uses of grease. So just a little pouch of pork rinds.
Yeah.
How many? You said how much silver? Or sorry, how much copper per?
1 copper for 2. So 20 is 1 silver.
1 silver. So I'm going to break my gold down. 9 silver. Let me I should probably buy pouches too, right? Or
No, you can just be considered to have like clothes, a belt.
so my clothes includes my. I probably wear a robe.
Your clothes includes like a belt with sufficient pouches for your spell components.
Okay.
And a backpack, but no torches, no flint and steel, none of that shit.
I'll probably buy some of those things depending on where we're starting. Okay, so pork rind, and the only other thing is the sand. So how much does sand cost for fine sand? Sand for my sleep.
I would say in this region there is not a lot of sand. Like sand actually has to be imported. So sand would be a little bit more expensive. Rose petals.
But yeah, I mean,
you could probably buy a bag of sand.
They can be dried rose petals even.
Yeah, they can be dried.
Can you buy roses in this area?
Absolutely. So you can get rose petals for...
I probably bought like a dozen roses and threw out the roses and made a
just like picked up all the petals. Yeah. That's fine. So you can buy a dozen roses for like a silver. No, roses are like 5 silver for a dozen. Yeah.
5 silver. Okay. All right. And I assume a dozen is the unit of measurement.
Yeah.
Or say 1 rose to 1 sleep spell, or is it? How many charges would I have gotten?
I'm trying to figure out how many petals are on a rose.
Probably a lot. Probably like 20. So did I just buy 1 rose? Or do I just have a fuck ton of rose petals?
How many petals does a rose have? Here we go. 5?
5 petals per rose?
The wild type of plant, all roses have 5.
Really? So if they're wild.
Okay. Full roses have 26 to 40 petals.
So maybe I bought 1 rose. And
Cabbage roses have 100 petals. Oh my god, there's a lot of different types of roses.
Alright, so just give me a number of charges per that 5 silver that I just spent.
I'm going to say that there's 10 petals on a rose, just for...
Okay, so 120 castings of sleep, or do I need more than 1 rose petal per?
You'll grab 3 petals per...
So 40 castings of sleep.
Yeah.
Alright, these will probably sit me tight for a very long time, but I will keep track every time I cast a spell.
Yeah, but we also might run into things like, if you get submerged, your petals will get destroyed.
Yeah.
You know?
If I get hungry, my pork rind will get eaten.
Right.
Okay. Do we want to do weights for any of my spell components? We really should.
I would say the pork rinds should weigh half a pound. The rose petals are negligible.
Oh, for 20, half a pound.
Yeah. For all 20 is a half a pound.
Yeah, they're pretty light, but yeah, that's fine. The lens is probably...
Okay, I've actually never seen a pork rind, so if that's...
Fried pork skins? Have you not had those?
Yeah, that sounds awful, no.
Boring. Chicharrones.
If you don't think 20 pork rinds would weigh half a pound, then just put negligible.
I think it is negligible, but we are going to want to start... I mean, once I've got, like, 20 pouches with 20 spell components in them, you know... We can maybe do... I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out later, when it becomes a problem. When we have the question, okay, how much weight do you have? Do you trigger the trap? We'll calculate it out.
Alright. So, I've only got 2 languages. So which city did we decide to start in? So I think my folks are probably in Swampside. I probably am not too welcome there. I don't know that... I mean, it's probably a big enough city that I could go in unrecognized, but... I think I sort of ran away from home.
I'm going to say you start
get away
in...
from my bad reputation as a wild and uncontrolled source of magical energy.
We're going to start you off in a small town called Lurksund. It's a little tiny village. No, that's too tiny of a village. No. We're going to actually put you in something a little bit bigger that it's easier to blend in, because everyone in Lurkside would know each other. We're going to start you in Marman. Marman.
Slightly bigger. So in the forest?
Yeah, it's kind of near the edge of the forest area. They don't have a lot of crops, but there's a pretty good logging industry here. Lots of firewood being created. Some fields. Some nice nice stables.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. It's your general town, everyday, ordinary town that's kind of out in the woods. You have problems with stuff from the swamp every now and then, but you're like 2 days from the swamp, so you rarely have lizard men come and attack the town.
That's the priority. I probably hate alligators.
Yeah.
After years in Swampside.
Yeah. Alligators are a problem in Swampside, actually.
Yeah, that's definitely a perk for me to be a couple days from the...
Yeah, so you don't have alligators, but every now and then lizardmen will come and attack, like Marmon or Frasca, just because it's far away from the swamp, so no one expects an attack, so they're very effective.
Are there any languages I've only got Common and Lower Common set in stone now. Do lizardmen have their own tongue?
They do have their own tongue.
Is that something that I would have picked up? Do we want to bother?
Do you have a reason?
Or is that sort of mixed in with Lower Common?
No,
I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have associated with them.
I think you will pick up languages as we go through this. Like if you pick up a...
Okay, so I probably overheard a smattering of Dwarven, a smattering of Elven, a smattering of Gnomish, a smattering of Halfling, and we can just see where the campaign goes and fill in.
If you get like mercenaries that speak other languages, you might pick it up over the course of spending time with them. Or if you meet interesting NPCs, you might be able to learn things from them.
Yeah. So I'm probably... Yeah, hopefully we can do a more, at least initially, I don't know, intriguey, investigative type campaign. You know, like I'm clearly going to run away if I encounter goblins, so...
Okay.
Plan your encounters accordingly, right?
All right. We'll do... I'll try and do something high
You know what you're doing. You're an experienced DM.
All right. Next Thursday is Christmas, so we probably shouldn't play.
Yeah. And the day before is Christmas Eve. I could do something early next week if you want. Or are you traveling at all for the holidays?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I could do something Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah, tentatively, those both should work for me.
Cool. You just
still need to buy equipment for this character, but presumably I can do that over the next couple of days and just
you can do it.
We can touch base.
Do you want to just tentatively say Tuesday at 5, and then we'll, move it as needed?
Yeah. Okay. That should work. We good? Do we want to wrap it up?
That's it, guys. I think we're good.
Yeah, thanks for watching. So tentatively on Tuesday, we will see Fenric, the Wild Mage, begin his adventures in the world of Solemn.
Yeah, we'll figure out something interesting going on here.
Yeah, you can think about that. I believe we will have an Honor Bound on Sunday.
We will have an Honor Bound on Sunday, and we're going to have Age of Strife on Saturday. Thank God, it's finally coming.
Get hyped.
To get super hyped. Yeah, that's that.
That is that. Yeah, anything else you need to shout out?
Just thanks, Ryan, for being a great player.
And DM. We were both.
And a great DM.
Both today.
Ryan's probably a better DM than I am. You guys should probably just get Ryan to DM Solemn. That would be better.
I think I have much to show the world, but I'm definitely not the same caliber of DM as you.
I really think you are.
Guys.
I really think you are.
I think what I'm good at is improvisation. I'm
good.
super comfortable. Just to be honest, half of the sessions I do, I come in with zero prep, and I just know the monstrous manual and what tables I have available in the DMG well enough that I'm comfortable just rolling with punches. But you do fuck things up. You forget NPC names, doing that sort of style, and you leave things out.
Yeah. Well,
I'm rambling.
Rambling. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, also, we will probably have a Koibu's Corner on Saturday. I'm going to try and film it tonight or tomorrow. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Hype.
Hype.